online for joining us for a classic midday training of some old style Kung Fu mixed in with a little new style workout. But most of this is very traditional Kung Fu training. We're going to do some grinding. We're going to work on our tiger crane, some chen. We're going to do some vein tendon to strengthen our fascia. And we're going to do some old school conditioning and strength building here and then up in the gym. So thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy. And if you like it a lot, come join us here. We'd love to have you come train with us. Otherwise, you can join us online or just watch our YouTube videos. Either way, thanks for coming. Okay, so let's start with a little warm up. Let's do some jumping jacks to just kind of get the body a little loose. No, do both arms. My elbow is bothering me. Did something to my tendons in my elbow. So every time I come down, it hurts. Okay, and some rotations. Alternating which arm comes down first. Trying to cross in the middle. And then switching direction. Yeah, step on up. Come up to the front row. Okay. And hands out to the side. Left palm up, looking at the palm. And when you move, switch which palm is up. Right? Just getting a little neck warmed up. Shoulders. You can move at whatever pace you feel comfortable. All right, and now get the hips going. Lift the knee up. Bring it out to the side. Again, it doesn't matter if you have to drop the foot. And if you're extra difficult on your core, you can come up into a guard and change directions. And change legs. And switch directions. All right, now let's do some high knees in place. Really get those knees to come up. That's right, Neo. Yeah, get it. Pia's got the right idea. Yep. This is Vasily. Nice work. Okay, last 10 seconds, as fast as you can. All right, drop down for 10 push-ups. If you can't do them on your fists or your fingers, you can certainly do them on your knees as well. And come on up. And some butt kickers. Okay. And let's do a little legs wide. We're going to do some Cossack squats. Going to one side, come over. If you want, you can turn on your, it can be a little different. Just go down to where however's comfortable. Try to keep the back straight. Just going back and forth, opening up everything. No need to go so low, Pia. I would say try to keep that foot flat and have control. So if you only go down here, that's okay. Okay, come on up. Shake the legs loose. And let's do some monkey squats. All right, so open that left foot, drop that right knee. Sit in it a little bit, see if that ankle can come down, right? Foot down. Try to rest, open that, let your body know it's okay to do this. Now come up, switch sides. All right, again, try to relax into it. Take an extra breath or so. Let your muscles know it's okay to do this. Okay, now alternating. And come up. And one last. Arms out. And we're going to shake the spine, shake from the core. Loosening everything up. Nice and relaxed. And relax. Okay. Vein tendon. Does anyone want a refresher? Or does everyone feel comfortable doing it? Yeah? You feel comfortable doing it?
I'm okay.
Okay. So I'll lead the way. If I see maybe any corrections, I'll come around. Horse riding stance. Feet in. This is important because that's how you build the tension in the fascia in your legs. Is everyone out of breath? A little bit? Good, good, that's what we want. Nice and warm, nice and warm. Okay, first let's do one Qigong. Pulling in earth and sky, and then 3 breaths, so 3 whole body breathing. So. Try to slow down the heart, slow down your breathing. Bring the energy down into the belly. If you have to take an extra breath, it's quite all right. I know I do. Okay. Go ahead and finish the one you're on. And then we'll get into some vein tendon. So again, first one, squeezing out the essence. Horse riding stance. And we're stretching the fascia, right? So inhale, relaxed. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, picking up the pelvic bone that pushes the knees out to work the legs. Then we're pulling in from our diaphragm and pushing or pulling the hands down to the ground, right? Chin is tucked in, making the face if you know it, and pushing the head kind of up and away, right? So you're getting that full body stretch. If you can, try to get those knees to go this way instead of this way. Yeah. So keep going. So what we're trying to do here is we're tonifying our fascia by stretching it on the exhale, releasing it on the inhale. Not trying to flex the muscles, trying to stretch the fascia, which then tonifies the fascia, allowing for us to have more springy power, more control in the body, more resistant. It's also opening the joints, allowing for synovial fluid to come in and lubricate the joints, and keeping the body in its good structure. The fascia being that connective tissue that's throughout the whole body, wrapping around our organs, wrapping around our joints, our ligaments, running through the muscles. And the meridians go through the fascia. So by tonifying the fascia, you increase energy or chi flow in the meridians. So there's a lot going on here. And moving on to the next one. So do keep those elbows bent. And remember, we're pulling the elbows. You want to have a kind of a V shape here. It doesn't have to be a super sharp V, but we do want somewhat of a V. Right? And we're pushing the hands out as we're pulling the elbows forward on the exhale. Again, same thing with the legs as before. And we're pulling in from the diaphragm. This is where we initiate everything by pulling into the lower dantian. Relax on the inhale. Getting that stretch on the exhale. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. And you know you're doing it right is when you have that elastic bounce back as you inhale. You can probably push your arms out a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Remember, nice and relaxed on the inhale. Stretching, not flexing. Takes a while to get used to how that works, but this is kind of the idea we're thinking. I'm pushing everything away from my body. I'm not tightening the muscles. And after 9, going on to 2 shoulders or 2 hands plummeting to the earth. 2 hands or 2 shoulders. I think it's 2 shoulders.
The order matters? If we do this one before this one?
It's just best to do it this way. Is it going to be a huge difference? No, but there is this kind of gradual buildup. So this is the way all the different schools who do this do it. Like not just Namyang, but everybody does it this way. So,
That was very reasonable.
right? When Master Ian's talked about it, he said there's not much that he's aware of as far as the reasoning, but the fact that everyone does it that way kind of hints that there's benefit to doing that way. And if you feel it, there is this kind of buildup that occurs. Okay. Again, doing the same thing with the legs. As you pull in from the diaphragm, really tucking that tailbone down and almost between the legs. This pulls the pelvic bone up and it pushes the knees out. Not us down like this, but more out, doing kind of this motion. And just let it happen naturally, don't force it. It can take some time before your body builds up the elasticity to actually be able to get there. Just allow it to happen naturally. Pushing the head up, pulling the hands down. in the tiger crane,
Even though I try to get my body in it, my shoulder fatigue quite, I mean,
well, yeah.
okay.
I mean, you are using a lot of the shoulder, but the more you can use of your whole body. But yeah, you should be feeling it here.
Because I still feel fatigue right here.
Well, let me ask you a question. How much do you work that out? Probably not that often. So, yeah, you're going to get fatigued because you are working that muscle,
Yeah.
for sure. But we want to teach ourselves to move the whole body. But right here, I mean, you're pushing with that muscle. You know, yes, you're pushing with your whole body,
Yeah,
but that muscle is the main muscle that's coming through.
Yeah, okay.
So that's to be expected. Allow yourselves maybe a little bit more space, just a little, so that you can fully extend the arm towards them. Yeah, and it's not just this little tiny movement. Right?
Push, push.
Yeah, there you go. And once you did 9 times, switch.
The protein, you will instantly fit them there.
Okay, so again, thumb to other side, right? You guys probably did that 9 times. And now do the half circle. Vasily, yep. And now do your full circles. Yeah. There you go.
He's contributing.
Yeah. Vasily's got a good walking stance.
I'm used to the other stance.
Good job, Jimmy. Way to bring in the prop. Thank you.
Bring that front toe up a little bit, and back. Yep. Nice, 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 nice.
Good example.
Right, try to use that core. Right? Don't turn the hips so much when you're coming through. Keep the hips, when you finish, your hips should be facing essentially your partner. Right? So we don't want to be doing this too much. You're getting good movement.
She's there. She's there.
No, but you want to get movement. Neil, you could use a little bit more movement. Yeah, just hold it there. Make her work for it.
We're building up to it. We're not like pissing something like the guys.
Don't have that leg be bent. Yeah, there you go. Your weight distribution is very good, though. Right? Just lock it right there. Lock it. Make her use her hips to get it to come back. That's what I like to do to people, to punish them. I mean, not punish, challenge them. Challenge them. Scratch that from the records. Yeah, just like that. Now use your hip. No, the other way.
The other way.
Yeah, so this isn't going to,
It's not working, yeah.
well, you're just doing this.
Yeah.
So when I'm coming through here,
Fuck.
you got to come down a little bit. She's coming a little bit high. But then here, I'm using the hip to go there. Right? She's strong, so she's being a little bit difficult with you. But,
Right, like this.
right? So here, she should lighten up a little bit because she has all the leverage. You don't have much leverage here. But what you can do is turn your hand and then just come over. And then this hip is coming in.
Okay.
So the hip, and that's what I mean by the hip. So if you come here, yeah, you're trying to sink down, I understand. But what you can do is kind of wrap the hand around if she's holding up really high, and then use this hip and lock that elbow in nice and tight, right? And then bring it across. And then, like when she's doing that, you can just you can do the same thing
Yeah.
to her because she's punishing
It's
you.
really,
But it
that's
teaches,
what he was talking about. That's why I was like, okay, let's try.
yeah, but it teaches you to use the whole body. That's why I like to do that. It isn't just to like, oh, look how strong I am, you know, because that's not the point of it. The point is to work with our partner and try to get that whole body
I
movement.
really got this first impression with Tony. Because it's just like, and he won't move. And I was like both hands on it. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't forget to switch. Oh, you guys are, yeah. Switch sides. We're going a little long in some of these, but there's only the 4 of you for sticky hands, pushy hands, so we should have enough time for everybody to have a turn with everyone. And yeah, and here, the other thing that can help too is if that front foot is in, you can use that leverage. So then the toes being in creates this leverage with the knees, and you can use that force when you're turning. It takes a little while to get used to it, but that's why, part of the reason why those feet are turned the way they are. Because here you don't have that same leverage. Here you can start to almost grip with the toes and then use that whole leg to get that turn because of the way the foot is turned in the front.
The other. I forgot the other one.
And don't forget to now do pinky whenever you're ready.
And strong.
Yeah, look at this guy bringing jewelry to to the
It's
training.
€1 each, it's not you jewelry.
I mean, trying to look pretty for the camera. We're not trying to look pretty, we're trying to be professional here. We're doing Kung Fu.
So all the monks that wear mantras and stuff like that, I don't know how they
I don't think that's the right word, deal.
Yeah, it's mala beads, but
Mantras, not that.
that's in the movies.
I just started an Indian book, and I'm always stuck here. See some Indian words.
Are you just on the thumbs? Have you done the pinkies yet?
We started with the pinkies, no?
No, you started with the thumbs. Go to the right hand and start with get into the pinkies.
Like that is I always get confused.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Should we go holding position for the bow staff? Just really quick.
Left hand down, right hand up. And your hand is always an elbow distance away from the corner. Your hands are way too close together. Yeah, and your left hand should slide down a little bit. Yeah.
The same way as the right.
No. It's more like. But you're switching. So here, now you pull.
So this guy's gonna be my weapon teacher.
Okay, have you done the pinkies, both sides? Okay, as soon as you're done, let's get into the Sum Chien. Have you done it both sides?
Yes, we did.
Salute your partner, and let's get into the Sum Chien.
I think still it's one missing because we are late, but no worries, we worked out, we do the technique right.
I mean, he's sweating buckets over here and he's shaking his arms loose. I think he got a good workout, maybe not enough for you, but
It's good. It's very
you're a machine, you know? He'll work out after this. So some chen. Let's see it. If you need a drink of water, go ahead, have a quick drink of water. But let's get into the some chen.
It's stationary, so we can drink.
How are we doing over here? We're on the last round, right?
Yeah.
Left. Nice. Nice. Because we have such a smaller group today, I want to really, we might go up to the gym a little early. Yeah, let's see those some chens. So some chen, for those of you watching, this is the base of our tiger crane art. And if you can master this, you can master 90% of the art, according to Grandmaster Tan, because of so many things that are actually in this. A lot of it's internal, so you're not going to be able to tell. But it's teaching us how to move energy, how to get springy power, and the three main ways in order to get springy power, really, with the moving of the back. How are we going over here?
Start. I remember this one, but how do I get into it?
Okay, so we start and we bow, right? And then we step out. Oh, I'm sorry. We bow. We bring the hands up to the Qingming. We step out into horse riding. We give our salute. We show that we have no weapons. And we ground. So we're pulling in there. We're inhaling, but you're also pulling in, reverse abdominal breathing. Hold. And then double upper block. And curve around. And we want tension there. We want to keep those elbows in. It's kind of a minor V. If you have more mobility in your shoulders, it'll be a bigger V. For me, my shoulders are pretty tight, so this is what we got, right? And the hands can be a little more up. Yep. Try to keep the elbows in front, not so much out like this. The elbows in front is what keeps the tension here. Yeah. And a little bit, maybe a little bit lower, but you know, this way. But yeah, and then from here we just start our walk. Right? And you can go ahead and open those hands. So we're still doing that, right? So we curve in the fingers, pull back the shoulders, pull the shoulders down. That rotates the elbows and the hands around, and we're bringing the pinky in and to the outside. So you are pulling in the fist towards you and rolling it to the outside, and that's what creates the tension here. This is what conditions the fascia, right? And then you release, nice and relaxed. And now we step back.
Three forwards and back, and then
Yep, and then we do the end, the closing, which I don't think you know yet. Okay. Yeah. So the closing from here, right? And again with that breathing, this is for everyone. We're not necessarily trying to make a noise, but when you just release, it naturally makes a noise. And if it doesn't, that's okay. The important part is to release here. Right? So from
I'm sorry for interrupting. Pia wasn't there in the master class, I think, with Masteria, and he showed me a very good trick. We were holding each other here, and he told us to breathe out in a way that we could force the hands out of the other guy.
It was more release.
Hmm?
It was more release than pushing it.
yeah, it's not
But
really
what I
a,
remember,
I mean, it's,
because it was saying you coil, and then it was saying, like, yeah, you release more like
Whatever, Emma.
squeezing it out. I mean, that's what I remember.
yeah, it's not so much forceful. The thing is, there's so much tension there. It's just this. And when you release, because of the tension, it vibrates out. So it's not a,
Vibration. Yeah.
it's not like that. There's a, so it's this explosive release.
Exactly. So the hands were vibrating out, forced out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here we are, right? We inhale, we block or punch. It's making a V, so it's not straight. It's a little bit more out. And you want it about chin height, chin to nose height, right? So just a little bit higher, yep. And then you're gonna squeeze the shoulders together and trap. And we wanna try to bring the forearms together to the best of your ability, but the right becomes a little bit in front because we don't wanna hit the wrists because they're quite fragile. So it's something like that, right? Now we drop that right hand and you're doing this motion. So this hand's just coming here, and this is kind of like if someone, you're clearing the arm, and at the same time, ending in a block. This hand is turning around. Yep. Relax, yeah. So we don't want to, we're just bringing it back. And the thought is there's a couple applications that could be here, but if I was, put your arm down, right? If I was grabbing your arm, you'd be sweeping it, yeah, but use the back hand. So if you grab my hand, it's like,
Okay.
yeah,
Go on
so,
wrist.
right? So it doesn't have to be perfectly like this, but this is the idea of the motion, right? Yeah. Takes a little while to get the head to wrap around it. So let's come from here again. Right foot back. So the right foot is back, right? And we step. Drop down. And that hand's here. We open up the hand, right? It's over that right shoulder. And then that right hand comes up. And it's the same thing, right? Yeah? Okay, try that. And then we'll add to it. And you want that hand to end in front of you, so not over here. It could potentially be a block to a kick, although it's not a very good block. This would hurt your hand if someone was kicking there, but
I'm always giving this up. So like,
yeah. Think hand more than shoulder. So, but it's not a, we're not engaged, the shoulder doesn't move at all. Just the hand and the elbow. But it takes a little while to get used to it. So try that little sequence there. And you can just start from here, and then we'll add to it, because there's a few more moves. So you want the left foot in front. So you start with a step, and the block or the punch. Yeah, you can, I mean, I bring it down because I want to use the whole energy, but you can just come right out from there as well. Right? As you get a little bit better, you start using the back a little bit more, so then I come down a little bit to get more power, but you don't have to. Yeah, remember the weight's on the back. Yeah, but the foot's not straight. Right? They're both bent, it's 60-40. You're kind of leaning forward, it looks like, but your weight is almost in the center. 50-50 is not that far from 60-40. So it's just a little bit more weight on the back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nope. You drop the right hand, the left hand stays up and goes to the right. Left hand goes to the right shoulder. This goes over the leg, so it's not out to the side here. Yep.
Okay, and then step again. Right?
Hmm?
Then step again.
Nope. There's no more stepping.
Okay,
So let's do it together one more time. Right? Nice and slow. Left foot in front. Right? Step. Block. Trap. Trap the hand down. That's all you're doing. Don't bring that hand over here. That's more work. And then, boom. Now do the other side. Boom. Yeah. Yep. Just think you're doing both sides. Right? No need to overthink it. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Try not to do this, right? It's here. We're keeping our chest facing forward. You get movement in the waist, but it's just, yeah, you're doing way more like this. This is not what we want. Look how far, that one's good. That one's a little, yeah. We don't want the shoulder out of the socket because then the energy is getting lost in the shoulder and it's not making it to the hand. Yeah, better, much better. And then for that last part, right, as we shuffle back, this arm is straight. And this is the same thing when you do this in the beginning. Right? You don't do this at the end, but in the beginning when you, and you go here, right? So we're not here, we're more up like this, right? As a V as much as possible with the elbows in, as much as possible without collapsing the chest. And then just bring that hand down. That's how you want to finish. Just like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you got to relax, son. Keep it, yeah, keep it wide. Keep it down. Yeah, keep the chest up. If you can, use the chest. Get that back involved. And just let the hands go. Yeah, don't bring it up here and come out like this. Just, all right, I'm over exaggerating, but That's okay. See how that energy just comes out? You can kind of see it ripple through my body. But my shoulders aren't here, and I'm not like this, because the chest is up. So you're getting this springiness from the back, and it just takes some time to get used to. But keep it wide. That's part of what's happening is the second you do this, look at my shoulders come in. So if you keep it wide, they do a lot better. Same thing, keep it wide. Wider is better.
Okay.
Yeah, because the second you bring it in tight like this, the shoulder naturally wants to come in because you have to collapse the chest. The chest stays up, the hands go out wide. As soon as I bring my hands in, the chest collapses. It just has to, right? So, I mean, it doesn't have to. You can do it without it, but that's generally what happens is we do something like that, and now I've rounded my back instead of keeping my chest up. And much better to... The other thing that happens when we do that is the elbows tend to... So instead of here, we want the elbows here, squeezing the elbows almost together, and then you won't do that, which can be really damaging on the elbow. It's what I did to my elbow and why it hurts. So let's see how well we're doing.
Not so well. Okay. Do like this.
Yep. You step first. No, you step first for this. So you end like this. Right? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, just keep the hand in front. I don't know why, but for some reason you want to bring it way out to your side. But just drop it straight down. The right hand just comes straight down. This comes here. Now bring that up. I know I make it sound really easy, but you know, I've just done it a bunch. So, but it is complicated. It took me quite a while to learn it, so don't get frustrated. And then from here, the left comes out, and then the right comes out. And then you turn, shuffle back, and now just bring that hand to the hip and turn it around. But try to keep it, we always want to keep the elbow and the hands in our center line. So we never like to be way outside of our feet. We always want to be in the center, and then this hand comes up. And the way I like to kind of teach people is, do you remember in the beginning when you do this, right? And then you do this, right? Drop that hand down straight. This is how you want to finish. Okay. So when you're here and you do this, that left hand just comes up into that same position. Right? And then you come back. And then we bow.
And that's the whole sequence?
That's the whole sequence.
I think I need to do it in order a couple of times.
Yeah.
And you said there's a video somewhere?
Yeah, there's a ton of videos on the QR code and the student reference.
I think I can do that in my own time, just to repeat it a couple of times.
I had to watch so many videos, so yeah. And look at me now. So anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it, right? So do you want to go through the whole sequence? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll be a little bit in front so you can see me if you need to. That was gross. So I went really slow there at the end. How I would do that more real time is something more like that. So, you don't want to rush it, but you're trying to get this explosive movement. Okay. You get some more time tomorrow to work on it after, well, we don't do free practice, but you will have 5 o'clock class if you're here tomorrow with Selena, and you'll have 20 minutes to work on that, and she can help you remember the end and go through it all. So grab a glass of water or a sip, grab your stuff, let's go up to the gym. Okay, we're gonna go up to the gym. We're gonna do some conditional training. This is some chen. Just the first of 17 different freehand routines that we do here, but everything's obtained in this one. That springy power, this teaches you how to get the springy power. This is what we're going for, right? It might seem simple from the outside, but internally there's a lot going on. And then as you go up, you start moving in all these different directions to get springy power in all these different directions, right? But the core is to get that springy power in the beginning and working your breathing. Okay, let's go up to the gym. Does everyone remember the sequences? Yeah, like what to do.
I do.
Well, that's great, Jimmy. You're the camera guy, but I was thinking more like Vasily and Pia. That's true. I did say everyone. We love you. I know you've been here long enough, though. I was thinking kind of the newer students. So here we are, we're walking up. You can check out the beautiful blue sky today. There's Snowflake. That's one of the dogs on the campus here. And we're walking past some of the residents, but depending on what you're looking at now, it might be me, might be the mountains behind me. Hopefully it's not just the ground. Okay. But you can kind of get a picture of the layout of the land here. Doesn't have to look at me, the land's more beautiful. Well, I appreciate that, Jimmy. But I'm sure the audience would agree for the most part. I mean, I am quite pretty, but I'm not as stunning as the mountains and the forest. So go ahead and pick a station. If you want to review any of the stations, partner up with me. If you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and pick whatever station you want. Does anyone want to partner up with me? No? Okay. So then I will just partner up with whoever I want. I like to do the bamboo first. You're going to partner with me?
I can fuse with yeah.
Okay, so
Or we can start.
yeah, we're going to start on what I consider the most physically demanding. And that is the bamboo poles. I like to do this one first. This is a good one. It's not that loose, but this one might be better. I'll let you take your pick. Are you comfortable with that one, or do you want this one?
That doesn't matter, I think it's okay.
Okay. So I don't know where our camera guy went, but hopefully he's filming something. If you haven't started already, go ahead and begin. So here we go. Yeah, exactly. Getting the wiggle. Jimmy, where are you? Where are you? You should probably follow the person with the mic. So here we go. We're doing classic training with bamboo, and we're working on getting springy power as well as building up the fascia in our whole body, trying to get the wiggle, get the energy into the end with explosive movement, teaching you how to move energy through the body into an object. Good for weapons, but also good for building up the fascia, using the whole body as one unit. And the fun yet challenging thing with this is it never gets easier. You get better at it, but the more power you have, the more it wiggles. And then the harder it becomes. So it's kind of a catch-22. I always try to break the stick, break the bamboo, which generally rarely happens, but that's how I know I'm getting a lot of power. So first we went up and down. Now we're gonna go side to side, watching out for the ants. Trying to get that real bend at the end. And switching sides, about 9 on each side. So I always feel this in my elbows after. But we're trying to engage the legs, use the core, use the arms. Okay, switch again. Now doing explosive circles, starting at the top, make a circle, go around, trying to whip it around. And you can see by Vasily, it's quite exhausting. And switch! 4 minutes on, 45 seconds off. So we switch to the next station. Whew. That one will get you sweating. If not, you're probably not doing it right. Okay, next we're going to be on some sandbags. Lift it up, make it a little softer. Here we're working a little bit on springy power, also working on conditioning our hands, right? And also moving the whole body as one unit. So step, punch, step, punch. We want to make a dent in the bag without just moving the bag, right? I don't want to just push. Transfer that energy into the bag. All right, get it ready for short range punches, as well as making the hand conditioned. As well as getting our footwork good, working on our stance. And then we can work on the side. Again, trying to make the dent in the bag, not just pushing the bag. Working on your footwork, working on engaging the whole body. And then you can even get the palm, right? I recommend really diving the heel of the palm into the bag instead of just hitting the whole palm like this. Trying to get that last little force through the hand. That's going to break a nose. That's going to bust out some teeth. You get that extra little force from the increase in speed, similar to in golf. When you get that last turn at the end, you create extra speed, which creates more force. Again, still working on the footwork. And then you can work the hand. Not everyone likes this, but the slap can be pretty hard at first, but it really can work the knuckles and the fingers. Yeah, it's hard at first, but you build it up. Well, you're really training your knuckles and your fingers here. But open hand is a great form of attack, especially when you're attacking the head. Honestly, a fist to the head, you're asking for a broken hand. And relax. We should have got both sides.
Double set.
But if you're doing it right, you're not just getting the hand, you're getting the knuckles and this part of the hand. So it's, because if you're just doing the fingers, you're not really getting anything. I'm just getting this part of my hand, but if you're getting the whole thing, now you're building up all of this and then you're getting the whole finger as well as all the knuckles, you know? All right, moving on to the next one. Go ahead and begin. So here, we're working on conditioning the forearm, right? Why don't you use this one here? And we're going to start just real nice and slow. So step, lower block, right? Lower inner block. So keep it about waist and then grab. Other side, grab. Let's do a couple of these. Grab, 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 grab. Keep the hips, facing the opponent. So here you're really turned like this. Try not to be turned. Try to keep the hips facing your opponent. right? Just means not changing the feet so much. So now let's go up, right? And grab. 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 Now let's stay up. Come across, right? Inner block. Grab. 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 And the next one, we're going to go lower crane. Right? Lower crane. So here we want the elbow facing down as much as possible because this won't be that good of a block. Where this creates the tension, much stronger block. Right? And now let's go back to the beginning. Grab. Now let's go up. Other side. Staying up. And now going back down. Staying down. Right? Lower inner. Upper block. Upper block. Inner block. Inner block. Lower crane. Lower crane. Inner. Lower inner. Lower inner. Upper. Upper. Right? So this is part of a whole partner routine that we can do with another person. Right? And we can add even more. You ready to add some more? You think you got this? Add another. Yeah, add some more. Right? Okay. And now we do this. Same. Lower inner. Right? And then we punch. Right? You can grab there. Punch. We don't really grab after the punch, but you can. Typically you don't. And then here we go open hand. 1, 2. Down here. Yeah, we don't do this. We do this. Think waist height, right? Up again. Grab. And now we're going to jump through on the right foot, and the left foot comes through here. Chop. Move the feet. Chop. Move your feet. Right? And then that comes around for a block, turn, and the end of some chen, which would be the end of this routine. And then come back. All right? And then you could do it all over again. Boom. Grab. Grab. Up. Here we want to have fists, but it's okay. Fist. Fist. Keep your hand to fist if possible. Yep. We come down. Grab. And relax. Switching station. We're going to finish this though. Right? Punch. Punch. 1, 2, 3. Grab. Come through. Chop. Step. Chop. Yeah. Okay, nice work. Now we're moving on to the bags. Here you're just going to work on any strikes that you've been working on.
Just that he said only for the bamboo. Only for the bamboo.
No. It's not, no, it doesn't matter. It's called discipline. It's called just the school rules. This is how we do it. We don't make exceptions about that. We come dressed. We just train. We train in, I'm in pants. You know, we don't train shirtless here. We don't train in boxer shorts. We don't train in bikinis. It's just how we do it. It's part of our conditioning.
problem. Our foot that we're throwing should be in front, right? It shouldn't.
You can do either. You can do this, or you can do this.
Okay. Never on the balls of our feet, though, right?
Generally not. We keep our feet planted.
Okay.
So you're still using the leverage of the leg and the hip.
Yeah.
But this is partially why having the feet turned in and being in a good walking stance, you can use the leverage of the way the feet are, so you don't have to turn to get the hip movement like you would in kickboxing or boxing. Right? Yeah, there you go. And relax. Put away the bamboo. And let's go back down to the gym. Whew, I'm sorry, the training area. Please close the gates to the gym on your way out. Yeah. Okay. We're going to have a quick little foam break, a few minutes, and then we'll meet you back down in the training area. Thanks again for joining. Again, just 1 or 2 minute break, and then we're going to be right back down in the training area. Okay?